This Sunday, we cap off the great 50 days of the Easter season. The gospel narratives tell us that 50 days after Christ arose and 10 days after he ascended into heaven, the Holy Spirit descended upon the apostles and filled them with a heart for ministry, a heart to go out and share the good news in the world. And so for the centuries following that, this has become known as the birthday of the church. That it was when the Holy Spirit came, completing the Trinity here on earth, that we now have a church. We now have an institution of believers on earth that are sent forth to carry out God's love and Christ's word of grace and mercy. So it is a very festive day. It's the most exciting sort of festival day that we have in the Christian year. And musically speaking, there's no melody that is more associated with the Feast of Pentecost than the Veni Creator Spiritus, or in Latin, Come, Creator Spirit. This is a melody that's been with us for well over 1,000 years, maybe 12 or 1,300 years, that we have associated this melody with the coming of the Holy Spirit. Perhaps because artists and composers and musicians, because we rely so heavily on the Holy Spirit, perhaps this is why Pentecost and the themes of the Holy Spirit have been something that have been of such interest to creative types. And so you see this melody appearing over and over again in all kinds of musical guises. You'll hear it at our service on Sunday, first in the organ prelude. There is a piece by Maurice Duruflé in which part of it he has that melody played in the pedals and harmonized in the hands, and then he works it through several variations. And so our prelude will have the theme followed by one variation. The whole set is really beautiful. It's just a little bit too long for the confines of a service. And then at the sequence, at the 10:30 service, we will be singing a setting of that is more metrically regular. It doesn't have the free-floating feel of that plain song, but it's something that has more of a regular beat and something that the congregation can help us sing. That tune was originally called a sequence, and just as the name might suggest, it is something that follows, or it's something that connects, a sequence, and it follows the reading from Acts, linking it to the gospel, and that's how that melody was originally used. And that's how we will use it on Sunday. So we invite you to have a chance to sing that melody with the choir in that hymn setting. At the communion, or at the offertory rather, I should say, the choir will be singing a setting of Come Down, O Love Divine, Seek Thou This Soul of Mine, this beautiful, beautiful 15th century text from Bianco de Siena. And we associate that with the tune by Ralph Vaughan Williams, Down Ampney. In this setting, an American choral conductor and composer, Kevin Rila, hides the melody very deep into the texture and creates this very free-flowing spirit of music. And it starts off with that opening gesture. He turns it on its head and takes it from a major key to a minor key. And it goes on like that. The choir starts off in unison, and then they go into 2 parts harmony, and then they flower into 4-part harmony. At the very end, he does have that melody. But again, he disguises it so well that it's easy to miss. In the music, it really sounds more like this. Really beautiful and expressive setting. So we have a lot of spirit-filled music. We have balloons ready and lots of red. We invite you to wear your own red as you come and worship with us at 8 o'clock and 10:30 downtown.